All right, y'all, what's going on? Goofy Rexy here, and hope everybody is doing well. And yes, this information went out yesterday. We got some updates to the Scourge rewards, which I think is probably one of the most generous things that I've seen that Scopely has done in quite some time here. So pretty much basically we're going to be going through and sort of just talking about, you know, where those ranks have changed, how many shards in total you're going to be able to get by going through all the rankings and making sort of a comparison to what the rewards were before. I also want to say this, like, it looks like they're definitely pushing to make sure that more players are going to be able to get a 4-star Morgan Le Fay as opposed to just a 3-star Morgan Le Fay. A lot of players will still only get a 3-star Morgan Le Fay, but they definitely changed the rank rewards so that more players now will be able to get a 4-star Morgan Le Fay. They basically make sure that in each kind of like tier of ranks that every player is not going to be able to get an additional star than what they were before in the first preview of the rewards, now with the new updated rewards that are here. So, and we're going to talk about some concerns that I have too with the rank leaderboards, because I do think that there just some things that are going on with the Avengers Tower. And there was a statement from Cerebro yesterday in the post that I don't know. This doesn't really give me a great deal of comfort. But let's talk about some good stuff first, right? The changes. So if you didn't see this yesterday, there was an update on Reddit that talked about the Scourge event improved rewards. So this mentioned, as we continue with internal testing of the first Scourge event, we want to ensure that rewards properly reflect the degree of the challenge. Today we will be updating the rank rewards to include more character shards of Morgan Le Fay and more gear pieces for milestone rewards than what is displayed in the event preview that went live on Sunday. There will be some refactoring of the rank thresholds, but all ranks will get more character shards for this first run, which, by the way, I'm going to say that this was slightly incorrect, but we'll talk about that. Updating these rewards will require the removal of the event preview for approximately 5 to 10 minutes, but will be promptly reactivated. So most of this was really good, right? And most of this was accurate here. If we go through all of the milestones, we'll see that pretty much basically, like, once you got to milestone 17, the milestone rewards kind of tapered off after that. But as we look through here, they added a lot more stuff. They added some superior armor catalysts. You probably don't really care about that, but they added some SBC, some other stat catalysts, the Armory 14s, which I know a lot of us probably need right now after probably digging into our Darkhold team here, and some probably investing in the Dark Hunters. I want to interject. I mentioned this yesterday in a previous video, that Dark Hunters, we've always have had an opportunity here to test out the Scourge event for I think about 48 hours or so over the weekend. And the Dark Hunters, we can't share too much information until tomorrow, but the Dark Hunters, I will share this. If you're planning on investing into them heavily for this event, do it at your own risk. They did not do very well. They're pretty much basically kind of like a sack team that you could probably use on the last node, but they're not very good in my opinion. So I wouldn't go too heavy on Dark Hunters. If I were you, Web Warriors seem to be probably the better option to go there. Not probably, they definitely are the better option. But yes, they made some improvements here. Augmented teal gear. Now I will say this, anything probably past 700k in terms of points, probably end game, right? So I doubt that there's going to be many mid-game players who are probably going to be able to get to 700k. I'm not saying that it's impossible. Some of you guys have built pretty top-heavy rosters and maybe have those teams that are available for you to be able to do this, but I don't know. They probably added this more in for endgame players with the idea that probably endgame players are going to be getting this gear. I know I'm going to be looking forward to trying to get some of this gear because I'm looking to bring in like Icarus and Cersei into Dark Dimension 5. So I'm definitely going to be benefiting from that. But the rank rewards, first and foremost, look kind of funky yesterday, right? When the initial changes happened, because if you looked at some of the rank rewards, it actually looked like you were getting less shards. But what you had to do is that you had to take this number 15 and then multiply it by the 6 right here to get the amount of shard that you were going to be getting. And I think the reason why they did this is because these are supposed to be the first time rewards, as they mentioned, right? So once you complete these, I'm assuming this is how I understand first time rewards to be, right? That the first time you go through an event, that if based on wherever you get those first time rewards. I'm hoping though that, let's say that, hey, if I hit 1 to 2% on the first time around, I'll get this number, but what if I do it on the second time or when it comes around? I technically never got this first time reward, so I'm hoping that if I'm able to climb up the ranks, then I'll now be able to get those additional first time rewards. We'll see. I'm not sure if that's exactly how this works, but the breakdown of everything, pretty much essentially, like I said, they made sure that most of the rankings were at least able to get an additional star than what you were able to get before. So now it's broken down that if you're able to get anywhere from 9% to 30%, you're going to be able to get a 4-star Morgan Le Fay. If you're in the 2,500 to 7 to 8% range, you're going to be able to get a 5-star Morgan Le Fay. And if you're in the 500 range to 2,500 range, you're going to be able to get a 6-star Morgan Le Fay. And then at the very top, this was not obtainable before, but 1 to 500 are now going to be able to get a 7-star Morgan Le Fay, which I think is very big because, like I said before, nobody was going to be able to do so. Now, with the updated rewards, you're going to be able to get a 7-star, and a lot of players were not going to be able to get a 6-star or even get a 5-star or a 4-star Morgan Le Fay. A lot of these rankings previously before were slotted so that you would only be able to get a 3-star Morgan Le Fay, but now they've made some changes to where you can actually get a 4-star Morgan Le Fay, which in my opinion is very, very, very good. The only concern that I have is these rank leaderboards, right? Where I don't know why they're so, what's the word I'm looking for here? So they want to do these leaderboards so bad. We've complained about it quite a bit. We've shared our concerns about it, genuine concerns about the leaderboards. And when you jump into Avengers Tower and you see things like this happening right now, right? So I'll jump into it really quickly. You jump into Avengers Tower and you look at the rewards and you see the leaderboards here and you see some players. I don't know if I'll guarantee I probably won't be able to find it now in this video, but there's some players that are in the rank leaderboards that are at 11 million TCP. It keeps on going back up to the top. They're like 11 million TCP or, 12 million TCP. Like I've seen this a couple of times, throughout the day here. Now this was probably not accurate. They just never changed their border, but there's a lot of players here that I've clicked on where I'm like, dude, like this dude's 11 million TCP. This dude's like it's 12 million TCP. There've been screenshots of this. There's been screenshots of players who are using like a 300K of 3,000K team to beat a 500K team in Alliance War. Now that's a separate issue, but it's still a hack nonetheless. It is concerning as heck that I am now going to kind of be at the mercy of whatever hacker, because not every hacker is going to try to be in the top 1 to 2%. Some are probably just going to try to sneak into the top 26 to 30%, right? Because they weren't able to get there before. So this is a little concerning and something that they definitely should be looking into more diligently. And there was a response from Cerebro yesterday in regards to this that said, yes, we will be closely monitoring the leaderboards. I mean, what does that mean? Are you closely monitoring the Avengers Tower leaderboard right now? Are you? Because there's a lot of funky stuff going on in there right now. I wish I was able to find this, find who that individual was, but I was going through so fast in the leaderboards in Avengers Tower. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now in the leaderboard in Avengers Tower that happened the last time. We saw what happened with the Stark Armory stockpile event. There is definitely something that they need to do and make some changes there in regards to this, because obviously this is going to be a major concern if players are going to be looking to get these rewards and then they're going to be closed out or locked out from a percentage or a tier simply because somebody is hacking better than they are and playing and hacking and not doing the game as honestly as they probably are. So, but overall, I will say this, the rewards are very good. I will say that this is probably one of the most generous things that I think that they've done in a while to make these changes before the event goes live. I'm curious though, and I think, let me backtrack. I think this sets a good precedent for future Scourge events if they're going to be doing it this way, in my opinion, right? They also changed the Red Star rewards. I didn't talk about that too much, but they did also change the Red Star, so more players are going to be able to get a 4 Red Star. I think it's like 5 to 6% and upward. They're not going to be able to get a 4 Red Star. I think before you kind of had to be in the 1 to 2% range in order to be able to get a 4 Red Star Morgan Le Fay. So more players now are going to be able to get a 4 Red Star Morgan Le Fay through the rank leaderboards as well. I think this sets a good precedent if this is something that they're going to be doing moving forward. Obviously, if not, then I would feel like it would be hard for them to backtrack from Morgan Le Fay's event and then not do that for the next Legendary Horseman. I think that would be kind of in bad taste, or poor taste is the proper term, right? Or, if they were able to do so. But let me know, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is good? How good do you feel about this? Are you still concerned about the Scourge event and how you're going to be able to get through that? I share I share that sentiment as well. We will be going live on Wednesday night whenever the Scourge event goes live. We'll probably be about an hour after the Scourge event goes live. We're going to be doing our first initial run. I'll be posting that on YouTube, so you guys will see that the very next morning. I also will be doing a few different runs on Wednesday night as well once the event does go live, because I want to be able to kind of try out a few different things. I'm going to map out some teams while we're on stream and figure out the best teams to use to go through the entirety of the event, and to try to help out you guys as well, because I want to make sure that we're able to get as many people through the Scourge event as possible, because in my opinion, I mean, we got to help each other out, man. We got to help each other out. They don't always do things that are in our best favor. So if we can do the best that we can do to help each other out to get through this event, I think it's the best thing that we can do for ourselves as a community here. So come check me live on stream. The link is down below in the description. But like I said, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are about about the changes to the rank rewards here. Does this make you feel good? Are you looking forward to it? I think this is probably going to be a little bit of fun here, to be honest with you. Being able to try multiple runs of this, I think it's going to be a little bit fun for me. So listen, appreciate you guys watching the video. Until next time, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Peace.